Today is the first day of Black History Month, and we are proud to launch a month-long series called Creating History. It's hosted by Chicago native, Grammy, Golden Globe, and Academy Award winner Che Rhymefest Smith. Each Wednesday through March 1st, we will highlight a different person who is making a difference in our city and creating a new history for African Americans here.
So today, Rhymefest introduces us to the founder of the tech incubator Blue 1647, Emile Cambry. Now, Emile noticed Chicago was missing a location for people who felt disenfranchised but who wanted to learn more about business and technology. Now, the DePaul University business professor searched for a location and chose to set up shop on the south side to great results. So let's take a look.
Now the community that you brought it in is Pilsen, which is known as a, Hispanic area, a few African Americans, and the community is also expanding. Why Pilsen?
Well, Pilsen was important for a couple reasons. I mean, one is that it's an art community too, so art, culture, and technology tend to go together, we wanted to make sure that was possible. But also the proximity to the south and west side of Chicago was important as well. So we saw it as kind of like the center of Chicago and the center of community, and we wanted to make sure that as we expand and as we grow, that we can still appeal to both sides of Chicago because no one else is.
How important was it for you to use that center not just as tech space, but as community collaboration space?
Right. I mean, I think it would be unfortunate if we were part of the community, but we didn't celebrate and participate in what the community needs too. So those are everything from panel discussions or bring awareness. And also at the same time, culture and technology go together. And too often it's been kind of separate. And I think if you're going to
Why do you think that's been that way?
I think because you don't have folks of certain cultures that have been a part of the technology space. And so you say, hey, social service, you go to the left, technology, innovation, entrepreneurship, you go to the right. We wanted to bring it together, and that's important.
And do you see Chicago being a sort of Silicon Valley of its own?
Yeah, I think Google is a big support of ours, and I think it's important to really have large anchors that are really pushing this narrative forward and really being able to support organizations like ourselves. But I think in addition to that, we kind of want to think of ourselves as the Google of community technology. So in the sense where we want to create a cool space, which is why we have the funky chairs, the hammocks, and couches, and all that other thing to really set the tone, but also making sure that we have, a group of mentors, ambassadors, so that, hey, we can take students that we train, and one of the benefits of finishing some of our programs, you can go to Google and see what it's like in real life too. So it's really bringing that education and economic development, putting it together, and also making it relevant for people to see.
Do you believe that there's a technological gap between the world and African American children?
Well, I think that the narrative has always been crafted that a certain amount of people can have access, can build, and can do the innovative things. And what we've kind of come in and say is that anybody can do it. And we're going to show you how they can do it. We're going to provide the instructions so that anybody can do it. And when that happens and you start seeing people succeed in the space, it changes that narrative. And so all of a sudden, you have a worldwide group of people who all of a sudden can see that this is possible.
Well, what inspires you to go into this?
To be perfectly honest, I never intended to do this kind of work, but I felt like it was necessary in many ways because no one else was working on this at the level that I felt like it was needed. So I felt like, all right, let me take.
And it's the future.
So somebody's got to own and support the future, especially for our communities. And I wanted to make sure that it was done the right way. And although I have other goals and things that I want to work on, I just wanted to make sure that I make this world a better place.
That is awesome.
Yeah, it's really awesome.
And we love the space too, and I'm voting for a hammock in our workspace.
I'm voting for foosball. I'm going to head on over there. And they had chips.
And that little chair that has the speakers in it.
It was like they did. It created an environment where you really want to work and you want to go. So.